Hi, my name is Ashley Smith. Today I'm giving a speech on the different speech anxieties. This is my audience. Dallas Huddle and Catherine Huddle. Hi. In my speech today, I'll be including where the speech anxiety comes from, the causes of speech anxiety, how to conquer it with 4 steps, and other ways that it could be treated. According to Fexer.com, anxiety is developed in your teenage years. This is when you go to high school and you're trying to fit in with all the other classmates. You could also get this through parents' genes, anywhere in your family involving friends or those other ones that would influence you in other ways. Also, it could be as an example of how your parents raise you. If you're very overprotected, you may not have certain assets that you need to feel like you can stand up and talk in front of other people. Also, the causes of anxiety, according to Fexer.com, speech anxiety disorders, which are really anxious. It makes you really anxious as to what you're about to say in front of other people and how you act in front of them. It could affect you emotionally and physically. Emotionally, your heartbeat could start racing, or you could feel like you're going to vomit, or physically your hands could start shaking. Sometimes my face would get flushed, or oppositely, you could also start blushing. The other way is how to conquer your speech anxiety. According to Roxbury.net, they give you the 4 steps as to how to manage this. Their first step is to engage in physical activity. This would be starting to move around and get to know your speech and being more prepared for that. Their second step is to establish proper breathing. An example of this would be taking deep breaths or breathing in the right times. Not really, kind of making it choppy, but trying to flow with things more. Their third step was to avoid dry mouth. If you avoid dry mouth and other of the small little things, you're not so concentrated on those, so that you could more effectively give your speech and not be stressed out about the small things. You can more focus on your delivery of the message. Their fourth step was to practice progressive relaxation. If you relax and calm yourself down before your speech, usually you could tell that it'll come across a little bit easier. My techniques for this would be to get started early. If you wait until last minute, it's kind of more like a rush, and it's hard to get it done and to get it done effectively. Get lots of facts. The more facts that you get, the more understandable, and you have backups to say, this is why it's true. Always have more than what you really need. That way, if you talk fast or other things, it's always easier to cut some off than it is to add at last minute. And fully understand your topic. If you don't understand the topic that you're giving, then it's hard to understand, how to do those kind of things. And practice, and practice some more. The more you practice, the easier that it's going to come across, and you'll also feel better about doing it. I think if you practice more, then you feel less stressed out about giving your speech, and the less stress that you have, then it'll do really good. And finally, take a deep breath. Before I start, I always try to take a deep breath and shake off a little bit so that I feel a little bit better. How speech anxiety is treated, you could either go to a counselor. If you go to a counselor, then it would help you. You'd have to go through the steps and everything, and they could help you out that way. Also, if it affects your everyday life, then they will send you away to certain medicines and different medications. They would have to give you stronger prescriptions or different medicines depending, but usually that's only if it really affects your everyday life. I would like to thank everyone for letting me give this speech today, and I hope that all of these techniques are very helpful. Thank you, and this is my audience one more time. still listening, thank you very much.